let's flip it to the other side of the field. The Steelers are looking at offensive tackles. Obviously, we've talked about every name in the book. Ray Fittipaldo of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette said that he would not be surprised if the Steelers made a trade in a second year to go up and get their right tackle, left tackle of the future. He said that Oregon State's Talise, I'm going to say this name wrong, Talise Fuaga could be the name to watch. He said, quote, Fuaga's name is really intriguing to me. You see him a lot around the fringe of the top 10, so we might be looking at another trade-up scenario if they want to go get him. They brought him in for a pre-draft visit. They sent Pat Meyer to his pro day. I mean, this dude's supposed to be really, really good. He's versatile, could probably play both sides of the line. Do you see another trade-up coming for the Pittsburgh Steelers?
I don't know if I necessarily see it coming, just because there will be tackle options later where they are right now. So it's kind of like, why give up? Like, Fuaga better be a superstar if you're going to move up. You know, that said, though, I can't rule it out.
He might be a superstar.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So, I mean, if he is a superstar, then I'm all for it. It's just, you got to know what you're doing. Like, you have to be 100% certain that this guy can. Yeah. Like, I would expect him to start day one, honestly, if you're trading up that much, because you're going to have to trade up pretty. I mean, last year, how many spots they move up? Three to get Broderick. You're moving up twice as many, probably more. You know, this is closer to like 6 or 7 or 8 picks to get all the way up to the edge of the top 10. So you're going to be giving up. So what they give up last year was a 4th round to move up.
4th round pick. It was just their 1st and a 4th. Pick 120.
Like, not bad, but they have a I keep forgetting which round do they not pick in? Is it the 5th or the 4th?
The 5th. So they still have a 4th, and they got 2/3.
Oh, I'm not giving up I don't know if I'm giving up a 3rd to move up.
Do you think you'd have to give up? What do you think you'd have to give up to move up 6 spots to go to, like, let's say 13? Well, actually, let's start there. What's the line? Like, where do you think you'd move? If you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, where is it like, all right, now we'll move up?
Well, I mean, like, Fuaga could go as early as 10 to the Jets, I feel like. If you want to be really safe about it, because, like, what do you do if you trade up and I guess you can maybe go get Fashanu from Penn State, but that doesn't seem like the same.
Which is not a bad move.
Right, but it's a gamble, I feel like. I mean, I guess, I don't know. I don't think the Vikings are going to trade out at 11. I don't think the Broncos can afford. I mean, maybe if you're the Broncos, you just want to stockpile some picks. Maybe you could trade out of 12. But even then, I feel like you're taking a big risk.
If he's there, are you moving up? Like, let's say, hypothetically, he's fallen. Steelers don't make a move until that pick is up and they know they're going to get him. At what pick do you think it's like, okay, we're done waiting, that's where we're going to go? That's when we're going.
I don't think you can wait past 12, to be quite honest.
Okay.
So you're trading with the Broncos. Maybe they would take
picks.
What?
The 8 picks.
Yes. So I feel like the Broncos would ask for a 3rd, you know, just given where they are. They're like, we need every single draft pick that we can possibly have. And they're going to want the highest one that they could possibly get. You know, I would be uncomfortable trading a 3rd to get up that high, but I guess it's not the worst idea in the world, you know, especially because you got 2 of them. And if you're getting a superstar, like, this is all just predicated on the idea that Fuaga's starting, he's a superstar, he's there for 3-4 years, and he's doing his thing there. So, you know, and if your fallback plan is Fashanu, you know, that might work. That might work. I still feel uneasy about it just because, like, damn, they got it. Like, okay, you get your tackle, and then where do you go from that? Like, you need your center, you need your receiver, you need your corner, like, and if you're just thinning out your draft pick pool, there's going to be some hole on this roster that I feel like is more glaring than your tackle spot, and that's the only thing that concerns me about it.
Here's what I want to talk about next. Size matters. We all know it, and it's important to remember it in times of need. I recently went to a small law firm in hopes of getting the compensation I felt I deserved. I didn't, and to this day, I still think about the money that I may have missed out on. I filled out mounds of paperwork, then waited around for what felt like forever, got phone call after phone call telling me what I did not do right in the process, and it was expensive, all to get underwhelming compensation and almost zero satisfaction. Fortunately, if you ever get seriously injured and want to file a claim, you don't have to go through the same hassle I did. Instead, you can make it way easier by finding out if you have a claim in just a few clicks on your phone and working with America's biggest injury law firm with a promise of being for the people. Here comes Morgan & Morgan, today's sponsor. Morgan & Morgan has over 1,000 attorneys working in all 50 states fighting to get their clients the money they deserve. In recent months, they've achieved verdicts for their clients, including one that is worth $26 million. That is 40 times the highest insurance offer. And they're absolutely free unless you win. I got lowballed. Don't make the same mistake I did. Fighting big companies takes a big firm, and with America's biggest injury law firm, you're ready to take on insurance companies of any size. Don't overthink it. You can start your claim in just a few clicks by following the link in our description or by going to www.forthepeople.com/allsteelers. It only takes a few minutes to find out if you have a case, and if you have, it might be worth millions. So I agree. I'm not big on trading up. I think that the options at 20 are going to be there. Like, I just don't, Armarius Mims, I think, is going to be there. JC Latham, I think, is going to be there. The dude from Washington, I think, is going to be there. I think it's a matter of whether or not they believe like that's their guy. I'm not totally sold on them not moving up. And I don't know, like a third round pick would be tough, but I still think if you moved up in the first and got a tackle, you came back in the second, that's where it eliminates for me. Like, that's what it does. It's not necessarily you're going to leave a hole on your offense or on your team. It's more you're going to miss out. You have less options in the second round to get a center, because if they trade up in the first round, you're not going to trade up in the second round, which means that you're going offensive tackle, and then you're not totally sold on when you're going to get a center or if a center is going to be available at pick 51. So if a center's not there at pick 51, what are you doing? Like, you've just given yourself, you've just removed the center option from your draft board. I think that becomes more dangerous. I don't think an offensive tackle is worth moving up for in this draft. Like, I think they're very top heavy, and I think that if they're all going, like if you're down to, if there's one left and you're 3 picks away, then make the move and go get Armarius Mims and give up nothing for him. But to go up 8 spots to get a guy, like, I don't know, maybe it's just the Devin Bush thing, floating around in my head, just being like, that was a terrible move and I can't believe that they did that. And
you have PTSD from it.
A little PTSD. Yeah. But I'm not totally sold that I'm moving up for an offensive tackle.